and welcome to Love Island, the Morning After podcast, the only official podcast. Now, this morning, you're with me, Indiyah. Sadly, Amy cannot join us today. However, not to fear, because we are here once again with the lovely Ash Holme.
Girly chat.
Yeah, so, one episode.
Babe, what is going on?
We have got to catch our breath because Young Bull has left the building.
Young Bull has left the building is so good.
He's out of it.
Why did it take him that long to come up with his best catchphrase of like the whole time he's been in there?
The speech, the emotion, the tears.
Where was all this?
Where was all this been? I mean, let's pick up on what happened last night. So, we had new Bombshell Angel walk in, picked her top 3, which inadvertently meant that Lauren got dumped from the villa. Big shock, no one expected it. And what also we didn't expect, Lauren was like to Harrison, can you come with me? And mind you, they're not in a couple.
Yeah, mind you.
Mind you, they are not
That
in
is
a
definitely
couple.
not allowed. What in the Titanic was that? I felt sick. First of all, it was as if Toni had poofed into the air. It was as if she didn't exist.
Yeah.
All of it made me feel so like, wait, where has this come from?
Yeah.
And as a girl's girl, I felt for Lauren because I was like, I know when you're down bad, it's horrible. And I feel like she's in that phase of it.
Yeah.
Where she was just like, I have nothing to lose now. I'm going to grab his face and say, come with me. My heart for her, I was like, babe.
It was a lot. I just feel like in that moment, Lauren obviously felt like, she's got this really strong connection with Harrison. I know they're not in a couple, but they might as well have been. Looking back all of it, I'm like, Harrison, why did you even bother tell Toni to couple up with you? What a waste of time.
What a waste of time. But this is what I mean. But then I'm like, surely at that point, no matter how real what you had was, if it was that easy for him to consistently be swayed the other way,
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know.
We did have other few of the Islanders get involved. We had like Meg, we had Helena, and even Conor saying, look, maybe this is something you should sleep on. What do you think the best thing Harrison could have done was?
You think he should have left straight away, innit?
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you know, I was in two minds because at the end of the day, it's Love Island. He deserves the experience. He came in there to find love. He came in there to explore. But I just feel like where everything had been left, it's very obvious that, okay, he told Toni to couple up with him. He's now not getting to know Toni. You've gone through so much with Lauren. And if you look at the villa, if you take a step back and have a good look.
There's nothing here for you, babe.
Who are you
You're
now
done.
going to crack on with?
I
Angel?
agree.
So it just looks completely dishonest now towards Lauren. So it's just sort of like, let's just pick up and sort of mend the mess that you created. And I feel like he kind of realised that as well, that it's like, enough is enough.
India, I don't know. I think my thing is, did he sit back and think, my actions have been pretty horrendous the past few days?
Yeah.
Am I looking to the public? Not great. And is the best thing to save face at this stage to just dip out?
Yeah.
Like, I've kind of done my time here. And I don't think there was no love for Lauren there.
No,
I
absolutely
actually
not.
definitely saw something genuine. And from all of the emotion that he gave tonight, that's actually the first time I've believed anything Harrison has said.
100%. I feel like it does get to a point, and I do believe even like Harrison's conversation with Toni when they were sitting down the mini fire pit, and he was really pouring his heart out. He even started reciting the things that Cach told him, talking about, if I had a younger sister, I wouldn't like that. So I do think he did spend the next day sort of reflecting on his actions and thinking, look, I have got myself in a bit of a pickle here. I've just got my head in the game. I've not realised, all the people's feelings that I've been hurting along the way. It's time for me to take full accountability, remove myself from the situation and sort of deal with it outside.
Well, listen, you're talking sense once you silence Toni. She was like, wait, maybe he actually feels something here. So I do actually think that conversation was genuine, and I'm really glad they got that conversation.
Yeah.
Because if he had just left with Lauren and Toni had just been sitting there to watch it, my heart would have broken.
Yeah, it was quite a tough watch as well, I feel like, on Toni's behalf, because it's like, Lauren's been dumped now.
Yeah.
You're giving her a kiss goodbye. You're saying to her, promise you'll wait for me. It's just sort of like, well, you should go.
Yeah. Bye then.
Like, I don't want to sit here and watch you snog and grieve someone and I'm still here.
Yeah.
After you ripped me away from Cach. We'll get into it. So I think he did the best thing. I mean, how do we think Lauren's going to feel now that it didn't take him any more than 24 hours to make his decision?
I think she is going to be waiting at baggage reclaim with open arms. I think she's going to be like, my man is back and left the villa for me. I think people will have opinions about whether he left straight away or whether he should have weighted.
Yeah, 100%.
I think everyone's going to be on the fence about that. But it was like what you said. It is a big thing
It's a
to leave.
big thing to leave.
Yeah.
He ended up leaving anyway, but I do agree with him actually sleeping on it and then, making a decision not based out of emotion. Because it was such a heavy night. If he left that night with his bags and everything, his head would have been all over the place.
Yeah.
Have your final sleep.
Wouldn't have been able to have that final close off with Toni and actually say everything that he wanted to say, apologise, have a bit of respect for her in it. If he had just left abruptly, I think it would have been bad all round.
It would have been bad all round. I feel like he got to sort of say his apologies and sort of explain to everyone how he felt. And do you think Toni accepts his apology and thinks it's quite sincere at the end of the day?
I think she's done.
Yeah.
This chapter, this book, this novel needs to be closed forever.
Closed forever.
Yeah.
Genuinely, what a hard 24 hours that must have been for Harrison. Like, he had a big decision to make. Lauren's gone, Tony's still there. And I can imagine, just the amount of pressure he was feeling. Hopefully this ends really nicely for Harrison and Lauren. They're going to meet each other. They're going to get back, pick up where they left off.
I'm really intrigued for you to speak to them.
We only see an hour.
Yeah.
I've been in the villa. I know how things can get. And their connection, we've got Harrison leaving. There's something going on that we need to get the tea out and see what it is.
Yeah.
We'll talk to them soon.
Love is love, man.
Love is love. Now, there was also an intervention last night. We had Yasmin and Jamie sneak up to the terrace to try and sort of get Cach and Toni back together.
Yeah, very interesting. Also, mum and dad, the whole thing being led by them two, I love.
Yeah.
Because they are my new fave.
Yeah, they are great together.
I'm just obsessed with how just comfortable they are.
Yeah.
And they were like, do you know what? We see, Toni, now that your eyes have been opened, where are you at with Cach?
I feel like it's always a hard conversation because I think Toni did realise where she messed up. I don't think it was even a thing where she wasn't interested in Cach. It was just like a total blindside because it's like, oh my gosh, Harrison is back and we can pick up and it can be like happily ever after. And I think she wasn't thinking with her head in that moment.
No.
So I don't know, if I was Toni, I would definitely be feeling like, oh gosh, how am I going to go and like speak to him ever again? Like, this is so embarrassing. But Cach was really sort of accepted. I don't have a bad word to say about him.
Don't even. Cach for Prime Minister.
I don't have a bad...
I honestly hope, whether that rekindles or not, I hope Cach is inundated with punani for the rest of his life. That is what he deserves.
Yeah.
He's so respectful. He could have easily said to Toni, are you joking?
Like, you have me on?
Why have you brought me up here after all of this tomfoolery that's been going on? And he literally saw that she was upset and said, the last thing I want is for anyone to be upset.
Yeah.
And gave her a cuddle and said, look, and explained so well how he felt. He said, you took me for an idiot.
Yeah.
That you didn't handle the situation right, but I accept your apology.
He did such a good job of putting his pride aside. I feel like Toni has put him through the ringer, to say the least. He stood up by the fire pit by himself. Like, he's been through a lot. But yeah, he managed to be a man about it. He accepted her apology. He even put a little joke in there and everything. And it was really nice to see, actually. When she was apologising and someone's just sitting there like,
yeah. And he was like,
yeah, go on then. Tell me why you're sorry.
I know.
But if you were Cach, would you take Toni back?
Do you know what? I think if the situation wasn't as explosive as it was, I think just the way that it all played out and it was so intense.
Yeah.
If I was Cach, I would have my back up big time.
100%.
I really don't know.
Yeah.
And part of me is like, they're so far late in the game now that it's just like, are they just going to do it because they're the only ones there?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like obviously Cach was done horrendously. Big but it is the Love Island villa. And I feel like in that pressure cooker, you do obviously forgive things a bit more easily. You don't know when your last day is. Toni did give him a sincere apology. I think he will have his guard up. But I think for the sake of him actually just being a nice person, and I do genuinely believe Cach actually likes Toni as a person.
Yeah.
I think that's why he's even more sort of like open to sort of like, look, let's bless it a bit.
We're forgetting, he shed tears over
He
Toni.
shed tears over that lady.
And he literally said, like, I do not like being vulnerable.
Yeah.
And you made me vulnerable. There's got to be something to that.
There's got to be something there. But I mean, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But anything Cach wants, Cach should get.
Yeah,
So
I agree. So if he wants it.
If he wants it, if he doesn't, it doesn't matter.
I got it. Yeah,
it doesn't matter what you want. You'll get it.
From award-worthy flicks to star-studded pre-loved fits, get your popcorn ready. It's time to relive the most fabulous fashion moments from movie night with eBay. It seems that all that glitters is gold with our girls Shakira, Toni and Billie Kiss, respectively stunning and Godiva, Nancy Jajaka and Club L. I couldn't get over how gorgeous they looked. It's as if these gowns were made just for them. They were perfect for an event like this when you really want to make a statement and turn heads. The boys didn't screw up too badly either, but it was Harry and Harrison that stole the show in their Versace and Prada, mixing luxury with a laid-back villa feel. A great combination when the villa's heating up and you need to keep things cool. Looking to add some sparkle to your summer? Shop Villa Glamour with eBay, sponsors of Love Island.
Now, touching on some more fallout from last night, there was this whole situation with Conor and Shakira. Basically, what happened was Conor had a conversation with the boys and he was still pretty convinced, after speaking to Harrison, mind you, that there might be a situation where Shakira is still maybe having some feelings for Harry. Didn't obviously go down well with Shakira.
Mate,
you know?
I don't know what all the ruckus is.
What is this all about?
Genuinely, as in, this is such a simple point.
A very simple conversation.
She literally said, of course, past tense, I liked Harry more at one stage because I had so much time to get to know him.
Yeah.
Conor and her are literally, they're feeling out whether this friendship is romantic, basically.
Yeah.
And they've had 2 days to do that. So she was like, I don't get why everyone's not getting me.
Yeah.
Like, I understand maybe Conor was like, oh, maybe you underestimated how much Shakira liked Harry, maybe.
You know me, I'm one for seeing both sides, but this was one situation that I totally did not understand. It was a little rich coming from Harry. Mind you flirted with everyone in the villa. Your ex-girlfriend is literally living with you.
Yeah.
Like, I think you have bigger fish to fry talking about, I could get Shakira back. Like, she'd come back to me. No, she wouldn't, babe.
That really rattled me.
No, she wouldn't. I think it was a little bit of an ego thing. Harry thinking that he can get any girl that he wants. And I feel like it was a little unfair on Shakira's part because I feel like she's tried so hard to have a genuine connection with someone in this villa.
Yeah.
And every time from her, it kind of seems like somebody's trying to tear it down,
She's
add their
right.
2 pence, get involved,
Yeah.
wear a bikini. So, you know what I mean? Just like, leave her alone.
Yeah, I
leave
know.
her alone.
Yeah.
And I think when
Free
she had that
Shakira,
breakdown,
just let her have a
Free
nice
Shakira.
time getting to know someone.
Yeah.
Everyone else is allowed to do
they are.
every Tom, Dick and Harry thing they
Yeah.
want.
I feel like
Harry,
in
pardon the pun.
Conor's defense, there has been a fair few times where Conor has not been first pick. For example, with like him and Billy Kiss and then him and Toni. Like there's always
It's been
been
about,
someone
to be
else
fair.
involved that kind
Yeah.
of doesn't make him feel like first place.
Yeah.
So I feel like with him, he's thinking, oh gosh, this is another situation where the girl that I like is going to be, taken away or distracted by somebody else.
I actually agree. I think it's a slight insecurity.
It's a slight one. Yeah.
on Conor's part. And I think that's why he got his back up. He got upset. And then Shakira said, come on, like, why haven't you taken my word for it? I've explained what I meant by that. It's past tense.
Like we were friends at a point and I've come out of
She
that.
set off tie.
Yeah.
That was all quite intense.
And it was so quick and fast.
Yeah.
Like it could have been something that was dragged out over a long
She's
period of time.
been, in my opinion, honest throughout.
She has. Seeing her upset is never nice. And I feel like she got to the bottom of the stairs with Toni and just broke. I don't know, as a girl, that kind of like frustration cry when it's like, I've had it up to here.
Yes.
Like, what more do you want from me?
Yeah, that was a straw that broke the camel's back cried. That was like, she gave the Queen's speech as well as she was crying.
She was like, cockroach number 1 and 2.
Cockroach number 2.
It was a lot. So.
Also, I need somebody, this is a public service announcement, I need someone to make a meme out of Shakira crying and going, why? Why? Because it was so good. That was cinema to me.
She did make a little bold statement saying, look, they're just trying to get the 25K.
Yeah,
What do we think about that?
interesting. I don't think the boys even think that deeply into it, to
No.
be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, Harry, I think if Harry was thinking about Endgame here,
Yeah.
he would most likely coast.
He'd coast, maybe get back with his ex,
Yeah.
thinking about the mortgage here.
Yes.
They got bigger fish to fry.
Housing crisis, this, that, and the other.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes we do forget it is a game show. There is a prize at the end of it.
I
But-
always forget that.
And do you
by
know
the
why
way.
that is? It's because there's real feelings involved.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to play a game when it's like, I like you.
Yeah.
Like, I know there's money involved, but I like you. Like, these are my
down
real
bad
feelings.
here. Yeah. Shakira. Oh, I love her.
Yeah.
I actually it was really sad to see her.
It was
like
sad
that.
to see her like that. But you know what? Her bestie, Toni, had her back.
Yeah.
And Toni also did go up to the boys and sort of put them in their place and be like, look, it's not nice to see Shakira upset. You guys need to kind of sort of pack it in a little bit. And you shouldn't want to see her like that either. So
And they weren't having it.
they were giggling around like they always do.
Yeah, they just really went. And I respected Toni because I could tell, Toni wanted to shout.
Yeah.
She literally said, I'm not shouting at you. And I went, go on, girl. She was keeping everything in.
Yeah.
Because she didn't want everyone to say, here we go, Toni's being
Yeah.
loud and brash and blah, blah, blah. Like, I think that was a real just friendship moment from her.
You know what? We saw Toni have Shakira's back. And maybe it is just a case of, look, the boys are looking out for their boys, the girls are looking out for their girls, and they just want what is best for each of their friends.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And the thing is, if you have an opinion and that's your mate,
Yeah.
I get it. You're not going to hide it.
You're not gonna hide it,
You're going to say it. So fair enough.
I mean, Conor and Shakira did seem to resolve it as well. You know, they had a nice little conversation. It was a very quick resolution. So I think it's safe to say that that's all been put to bed now.
I think Conor was actually quite shocked because we've not seen Shakira exhibit that kind of emotion before.
Yeah.
She's always been very cool, very collected. I've not seen her lose her rag like that before. And I think Conor was like, oh, okay.
Maybe I did get the wrong end.
Yeah, this has really upset her. And I also think it's maybe solidified for him that she cares.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think if she didn't give a rat's,
Yeah.
she'd just be like, shades
for
on,
goodness
all right,
sake.
babe, whatever you want to say, like, say
Yeah.
it. She was quite clearly really upset that he didn't have that trust in her.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
I think he's realised, oh, she really cares about this.
Yeah.
Let's work on it.
Let's talk about Angel.
Oh.
New Bombshell Angel. She walked in the little cowboy pants, cheeks out. Very sexy, very
I've
sexy.
decided the only way to enter as a bombshell from now on is in arseless chaps.
Yeah.
Like, there's no other way from now on. She's set the bar. She looked tea.
She looked very tea.
And everyone was on edge, I
Yeah.
felt, after that game. And then all of a sudden you hear...
One thing about Meg
Arseless
also,
chaps.
Meg's got brilliant hearing. She knew. She's like, it's the heels. No, honestly. Harry and Helena, they both kind of decided like, look, this is just one last challenge that we need. But I feel like they've had quite a bit of a challenge. I mean, his ex-girlfriend is in the villa.
Babe, what more do you want from challenges?
I mean, they want the test. I mean, Angel was saying a few things to Harry saying, look, I don't like a guy that's 100% into me. But she did pick Harry. I feel like she's really into him. She thinks he's good looking, he's a bit of a laugh.
That's why she put Harry second. And, you know, he was like, oh, you know, why'd you put me second? You know, as he does, giving it all the big chat. I think that's why she has reservations about Harry.
Yeah.
I think she knows that Ty is a good boy.
Yeah, he's a good one to keep a hold of,
Yes,
100%.
But I think there is definitely an allure about Harry that she's thinking,
If you want to have a villa experience, you got to chuck Harry in there.
and his budgie smugglers.
Absolutely. I mean, Harry even made a little joke to Helena saying, oh, what, should we go exclusive then? What happened to the boundaries chat? Like,
Right.
he's talking about areolas and all that kind of stuff.
This is my thing, India. Like, what is real and what is fake? Because I just don't know with Harry what means something when he speaks.
Yeah.
Because to be fair to him, he's honest. He went straight up to Helena and went, is it all right if I flirt with her?
Yeah.
Deadpan.
Yeah. And then Helena's obviously like, okay, when you say flirting, like, what do you mean? Like, what are you saying?
At that point, I've said, Helena, right. We need to have a chat. We can't keep doing this.
We can't keep doing this.
No.
But do you know what I think it is? It's like, even when Helena says stuff like, okay, so what do you mean by flirting? He'll obviously give a very sort of like laid back sort of description of what flirting is.
Yeah.
He'll go and do the most, but he won't tell Helena like the details of what he's actually
Yeah,
said.
not
you
the
know?
conversation that
Not the
was.
actual conversation of, oh, I'm interested in areolas.
Yes, I love nipples. Next. I mean, come on.
One thing I can't fault them for is that they don't actually take each other or themselves seriously.
I agree.
You know? And they
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, but then I think that's why the public are like, so what is this then? Just
What
one
is
big
this?
buffoonery?
Is it one big buffoonery?
It is.
I mean, we also saw as well, Emma tried to take Harry to the terrace. And this is the first time, actually, I've seen Harry sort of stand on business and be like, no,
yeah.
I'm not going, actually. This kind of like opened my eyes and made me kind of realize Harry is aware of all of his actions.
Yes.
It's just of like how far he's willing to go.
It's how much does he care?
How much does he care?
That man knows. He knew going to the terrace, step too far.
A step too far, especially with your ex.
Yeah. Nipples by the fire pit,
It's all right.
can get away with.
We can get away with it.
He knew he could get away with it, yeah.
Emma was like, look, people have been saying stuff about in the villa. You said you were always going to have my back. You didn't. And he was a bit like, well, actually, this is nothing to do with me because you've been saying things that people don't like. So it's kind of out of my hands.
I really respect him for that, to be honest.
Yeah.
As in, I always stand on not being a yes man. I'm like this with my
Yes.
friends. I'm like it with all the people that are close around me. I will be there for you, but I will always say, do you want the truth?
Yeah.
Do you want my genuine opinion? And I will always say that because that is so much more helpful
100%.
for that person. And Harry knew he needed to say, Emma, I need to G-check you for a minute.
Yeah.
Like, you're being nasty to a lot of people in here. So you're rubbing people up the wrong way and it's not my job to save you.
Yeah.
Just be nicer.
I feel like we also had that encounter in the dressing room with Yasmin.
Yeah.
And Yasmin was literally saying to Emma in the morning, look, I don't think it's that people aren't fond. Maybe it's just your delivery.
She said it in the most Yas way as well.
She was like,
it was just,
I think it's just your delivery.
It's just your
babe.
delivery, babe.
Do we think maybe this was Harry putting down a boundary in the terms of, look, you are also still my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I'm still getting to know someone. I mean, I know Helena seems to sort of let quite a few things slide and she's very happy-go-lucky. But I do think it gets to a point where it's just sort of like, who is your priority? Where do your loyalties lie kind of vibe? And I think he started to kind of clock that just as much.
Do you know what? Okay, growth. Also, I think he's a bit bored of this Emma narrative. It's boring.
She said it herself. See you at home, babe.
Yeah.
Let's not do it here.
We've been here. We've done this. Boring, bored. I think he's, from what I can tell, I don't think he's asked. I think there's more chance, honestly, of Angel turning his head.
Now, do we think that's
Emma.
going to happen? Because we did also see that Angel got into bed with Ty last night. They were already on the snogging.
Good for you, girl. I'm so proud of her.
Do you think Harry is really going to take this a bit seriously and really go full throttle in getting to know Angel?
I think he's just going to do a Harry and have a flirt. And I actually think he's going to go back to Helena.
That's the storyline. I mean, they know each other. And Angel was kissing Ty in bed, so I think that's safe to say that's something.
Yeah.
Something that's going to grow and blossom into something.
I think if Ty wasn't in the equation,
Yeah.
she was just completely up for grabs, he might be a bit more like, oh, maybe there's something here.
Yeah.
I think he's probably going to think that's all long.
Yeah,
for me
I
to
agree.
do now.
Well, that is it from us this morning, but not to worry, because where are we going to be on Sunday, Ash?
After Sun, and guys, it is going to be a time. From what we know already, jam-packed. That
Full house.
sofa, there's not going to be an empty seat in sight.
Yeah.
So you don't want to miss it.
Well, thanks, Ash. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the pod for these few days.
I love you having me.
It's
Thank you.
always the best. And guys, don't forget, you can subscribe to our channel and catch up on all our Violent socials and listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. See you on Tuesday.
Mwah.